What's up, Chef Ed? What's going on?
What's going on, Chef? Everything's good. How are you?
I'm good. It is February. It is cold, but it's also Black History Month. So how is Black History Month celebrated at your home coming up, but also today in your family?
Well, Black History Month is pretty much celebrated every month in my home. But for the most part, like, we celebrate with our classics, the collard greens, the black eyed peas, our classic barbecues, fried chicken, the classic ham hocks and the grits and stuff like that, fried fish. So you want to keep those things and remember the history and how it was brought down to us.
Was it mostly on the mom's side, or was it your father's cooking? What type of food did you grow up with?
It was pretty much a good mix, but mostly on my father's side. At first, we ate chitlins. I hated that.
Yeah.
But now I grow to appreciate these things and understand these things. Like, we ate a lot of different type of chicken stews. Very homey, very warming dishes in the house.
Like Brunswick stews and stuff like that?
Correct.
Yep. I know because Papa Ed is in the book, The Ride.
Right.
He has roots out of Louisiana, right?
Right.
I know your cooking style, obviously heavily influenced from the South, but hip hop has also been a huge influence on you. Tell me some groups that influenced you coming up.
Growing up where I lived, like, music was so big. Music was like a way of getting out. For me, just put your headphones on, just listen and tune out all the noise that's going around in the world. You got the Biggie Smalls, Wu-Tang, especially Tribe Called Quest. Listening to their melodies, it also opened me up and trying to figure out new dishes and want to sit down and understand the struggle. So I made these certain dishes with the music.
And those are some of the most iconic dinners that we ever had at Rooster. Was the hip hop,
right.
Ed's Mixtape. Tell us a little bit about how those dinners came about and why they became so popular.
So I wanted to bring hip hop and also like a refined dining style. Usually when you go out to certain restaurants, you don't listen to this type of music and experience this type of food. So I wanted to marry those things together to let people know you can still enjoy these classic, rough, we could say gangster rap music and still enjoy a fine dining type of meal.
That Joe hosted came up and grabbed the mic on one.
Right, and he just got the feeling I didn't ask him to do anything like that. He just caught the vibe. So once he did that, I'm like, we got something.
Yeah.
We got something here.
There's a lot of chefs that dabble both in music and food.
Mm-hmm.
Was there a time, were you ever in a band? Were you ever in a group? Were you like, okay, I'm doing this, I'm gonna spit? Or was it always just...
No, man. If I wasn't a chef, I'd probably be some type of a producer or something like that.
Yep.
In the back, in music in some type of way. But no, never had that gift of rapping or anything like that. But always had the ear to what good music is.
Yeah, maybe you would work on the label or be part of it somehow. You move like a glove in that circle. You know the DJ, you know the producer, and sometimes it's stressful and sometimes,
sometimes
you know how to navigate.
There's been some stressful ones.
And I'm just watching you. I'm just watching him. It's like he glides through this, and it's a family affair. Sometimes your wife is in there making sure that everything is happening for you. So it's totally a family affair.
Oh, my wife is there trying to calm me down, telling me
but the end result is always iconic night. Those mixtape nights. Tell us a little bit about your cooking career. How did you get into the game? Tell us a little bit about some of the stops where you worked before you came to Rooster.
Again, started from home. Started cooking from home for my father. Then went on with him. He used to work at the Riverside Church at the time when I started going I was in high school. So I used to go there to make extra money. And I was like, you know what? I think I kind of like this. I think I like trying to cook. So later on in life, I started working in small mom and pops, also being the only Black person in these kitchens with a lot of Mexican and Spanish, and it was a language barrier. So I still had to learn and be in there. So it was hard moving up and being, only Black person in the kitchen. So I said, maybe I should go to culinary school and learn the basics So at the time, it was New York Restaurant School on Varick Street, and that's where I graduated in, I believe in 2003. You know, people think when they come out of culinary school, oh, you're gonna be this big top chef, like you're gonna come out, you learn all these things. And like, no, first thing I do when I go out into a restaurant, it was like, cut these 100 pounds of potatoes,
yeah,
and put you in the corner. So it was very humbling for me. A lot of hours and a lot of dedication to learning your craft, and it very, very, you got to be very disciplined in that kitchen. So I learned it. Kitchens have to be immaculate and clean and disciplined. Listening to your chef.
Your demeanor, you always calm. You always stay calm. Even in the most stressful Friday, Saturday night, you always stay calm. Not a lot of chefs does that. And one of the things that I always appreciate with you is like, Ed will stay calm. I know that. Where did that come from?
My father again. Anytime I'd be in any situation, he'd be like, "You'll be all right." It could be the worst situation in the world. I could be in a fight with anything that go on. The house is burning down. You'd be fine. I'd be like, "What are you talking about? Like, it's not going to be fun."
You know, being from the South, he's seen it all. You know,
Mm-hmm.
Seen it all. What are you cooking now for your family, for your daughter, for your wife? Like, what's like on a regular day? Like, if you guys could just eat as a family, what would it be?
Honestly, I cook a lot of vegetable-based dishes in the house. Not eating much meat as much because being more health conscious with everything that's going on in the world with COVID, trying to keep your body good. So making sure we're cooking with a lot of like cabbages and using certain spices like turmeric and stuff and incorporating into the food, so it keeps us like healthy. That's what we're doing right now. But also definitely keeping a lot of flavor in there, so they feel like anybody's missing out on anything. So I'm working on dishes like that with the family.
Tell me a little bit about the Black History Month menu that you're putting out right now at the restaurant. What do we got?
So right now we're featuring Leah Chase, her gumbo. Again, like with my father being from Louisiana and, you know, her being one of the pioneers from New Orleans, it was only right for me to pick the Leah Chase gumbo. And also to learn her techniques and how I can incorporate that with mine and show the world like Leah Chase is one of the founding pioneers of that type of style cooking.
So how can people find out about your dinners and where do we find you on IG?
Well, you can find me on bk.chefed on Instagram. That's where you can find all the upcoming things I'll be doing. You can keep in touch with what's going on with the Mixtape dinner and everything's going on with the Nohu Rooftop.
Great. So we appreciate everything you've done. I wish you amazing Black History Month.
Yes.
And
yes.
I appreciate you, Chef.
Thank you, Chef.
Soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.